sanitizing the table so we don't get any extra things into our little concoction we're making here with our Canadian lettuce. Still some dirt on it. We'll get it all.
Steve is sanitizing the table and we're getting ready to process the Canadian lettuce. Here Steve is sanitizing the tools we're going to be using to cut it. We've got two of these little things. And we're going to sanitize and then we're going to start harvesting. Time to harvest!
Woo-hoo. Where am I going? All the way down? Or?
All the way down to the root base. And
these aren't even big enough to go around.
They're not big enough. We got little snips up.
My knife is, so.
We will try a knife and see if that works.
Oh, it'll work.
It'll work.
It'll work, baby. Oh boy, look at all the white stuff, huh?
Now it's the white stuff we're after in the plant. And I'll bring you back when we've got all these harvested and see where it fills up our pot because we want to go and get more. Now we're looking for insects, bad leaves, and we're going to take the buds off of the flowers and we're going to put all those in a little pile. We're not going to add them into our process. I'm bringing you back so you can see all of nature's medicine just oozing out of this stalk. There is so much in here. But we'll press on. This is 2 stalks and our big pan.
Should I cut it in half?
No. So we're gonna get more because it's go big or go home. All right, we are cleaning up our mess. We threw some leaves away. But we've got over a half a pot and we had to fill a little more water so it covers. So now we're going to set it on the stove to cook. Fire's going. He's putting the pot on and we're getting ready to start the daily process here. It's going to take quite a while for this to cook down. So, but that's what we're doing right now. He's grabbing some more wood to stoke it up. It's going to take quite a while for it to get boiling and then we got to let it simmer. You can do this right in your crock pot at home and let it sit for 8 hours or so. But we'll take you through the process so you know what you're looking through. Or 4. Now it's been about a half hour. The water's starting to heat up. Yep. Yep, definitely some hot stuff going on there. I'll bring you back when it's boiling. Oh boy, it's boiling. So we don't want it to stay boiling. So we're going to put a pan underneath it to get it off of the direct heat so it can simmer. And we should see some results in that in a few minutes. But we want it to simmer. That's why we say crock pot. But we're doing outside off-grade stuff, so this is what we're trying. All right, it's been cooking many hours. And we're going to take the big chunks out and put them in here. Let the juice drain in here. Then we're going to sift it. So ready?
Ready. Ready, Betty.
It's heavy.
It's a pot full of water and stuff. Most of it's pouring out without even the stuff coming out. Don't want it to fall out, not necessarily, huh? What are you doing?
I'm just trying to see if I can. Okay, flip it back down.
Apparently we don't need to strain too much out of it, huh? Well, that way anyway.
All right.
There's a big pile of green.
So we're going to put all that in here.
Throw what in here?
Put this in here because I want to use this pan so we can see. Because this is
Okay,
too dark.
we're not going to do it while it's full of that. We want to get this out of here now.
That's what I said. Pour it in here.
Oh, that's not right. Might want to just put it on the table. We'll wipe it up later. I think you want to. Yummy. Now I gotta rinse it. You're gonna have to rinse it. A little bit of water.
Squeezing out the leaves.
Sure, why not just pour it right here? We'll make mud.
Yeah, we'll make the mud.
Make some mud, Cooper.
Now these are still hard. And they've been cooking for at least 8 hours, not more. I mean, we let it go down at when we went to bed. All right, that clean?
Yep.
You're gonna attach this, and we're gonna.
Yeah, just strain it into
Look
there.
at this. So now we're gonna pour it. We're gonna strain it into the muslin that we have. And then we'll be ready to cook it again and boil it down.
I'm like, oh, something nice and warm on my foot. It's all just dripping right off.
Oh.
I don't want it too deep, I guess, but I don't want it to strain without pouring out somewhere else. So, yeah, now
You should be able to put it underneath the handles now.
I got it right underneath the rim.
Mm-hmm.
That'll hold it. Trust me, woman. Okay. I don't need these on anymore. Little buggy bites. Off grid one. Bugs.
All right, hopefully this works.
It'll work, folks. Watch out. There wasn't all that much in there, huh?
That was enough though. Here, I'm gonna bring you over so you can see. There was enough in there that we don't want that. So next thing is to heat it up. I'm gonna bring it to a boil again, and then I'm gonna leave it simmer the rest of the day until the water reduces. Bring it back. As you can see, it's a dark liquid. We're gonna bring it up to a boil and then simmer it all day, and probably try to leave the cover off. We hate leaving covers off because of bugs, but then we might have to strain it again. But it's on the wood stove. It's already 4:30 the next day, and it's dropped quite a bit. It's turning brown, but it's not thick yet.
Not even anywhere.
So we'll still keep going. But we're putting a top on it, the canning top, and this lid.
Rack. Yeah, canning rack.
Canning rack to give it some, so it can vent out. But we've got it directly on the heat now. And the coals are not that hot, so we are kind of simmering it still. But remember, it was off last night, so it's like keep going on the process. Okay, we're on the second morning, if you can believe that. And we just transferred it into smaller pots as we've reduced it that much. And we'll bring you back when something's happening. We are coming down to the nitty-gritty. It has reduced. It's still not thick, but it's getting thicker. And now is crunch time where you're going to have to pay attention. Because though we want it to reduce, which means boiling, but we want it to not disappear. Now if it's left unattended, certainly could do that. I mean, and I can put it into one pan, but I think I'm going to wait. We're down to one pan and still reducing. So just remember when you're getting close, watch it, because it doesn't take long when it gets down here. At least I'm thinking, I've seen it, but I've got irregular fire going on, so this is why it's taking longer for me. It will not take this long for you. But it's a very dark color, and it's starting to thicken a little bit. Not as loose as it was. Still got a ways to go. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. It's getting thicker, and we're just going to keep stirring it until it gets to a thick consistency. Bring you back in a second. We are almost there. So we're going to make a line and see how a lot of it stays and it takes its time. So there's not much water left in here. So it's almost done. Because when you dry this out or cool it off, it's going to get thicker. And it's going to be that sticky ball that you see in everybody else's videos. So I'm going to stir it a little while longer, and then I'm going to shut it off and let it cool. Okay, we've let it cool. It's like a taffy. And it's still cooling, but I'm going to put it in a jar and save it for when somebody has some pain. And the last thing I want to tell you is that it took a long time for us. It's not going to take a long time for you.
And they're
So,
not going to do
you can
5
see
gallons
how
either.
thick it is, but I mean, we made a lot of, we had like 5 gallons of water in there.
Yeah.
But now it's like a taffy, and this is where you want it, because it's probably going to thicken even more. So I'll be back in a second.
Holy shit. Or holy cow.
Very sticky.
Using a frosting spatula and still can't get it off of there.
The fun in scraping, but we'll probably have a half a jar anyways. cleaning the pan. It's water soluble. So
It does actually
definitely
come back out. It definitely is coming out
give it a little heat.
super easy compared to what I thought it would be.
And it's not going to ruin your pan. You guys are going to be fine.
And by the way, I took some fresh juice from that plant. I had burned my hand closing the door on the wood stove. And when I put it on there, I couldn't even, by the time I was done counting to 1, the pain was already gone off of my hand. It works very well.
All right, the finished product. I'm going to put it in a jar. We're going to put the cap on it. And we're going to put it in a cool, dry place. Some people put it in the fridge. Up to you. You don't need to, though. Enjoy. So in this video, we used 5 gallons of water, 4 Canadian lettuces, and then we just boil it down, and you can watch the process. Now, you should only need like a pea size if you have a little pain. I mean, use your discretion and do your research. And that's that.